Hi everybody, this is Konstantin Reinfeld. I'm back on YouTube and this is a new harmonica lesson on Badinerie by Johann Sebastian Bach. I thought it might be a good idea to play some classical music on the harmonica and also learn it through using other styles of music as a background. So this will be a little R&B version of the first part of this tune. And we'll not play it in the original key, I think. This is my C harmonica and I play it in third position, so we're playing in the key of D minor here. Talking about classical music, I will actually record my first duo album with the great pianist Benyamin Nuss later next month, and we'll interpret pieces by Bach and Bartók and many others. Also a lot of film music and some jazz. And we'll actually start a crowdfunding campaign for that. So I will keep you updated on that. Also by just giving more lessons here on YouTube. We'll record at a beautiful church, which is close to Cologne, where I am right now. And we are rehearsing a lot and we're looking forward to that. Okay, so let's make some music. As I told you before, I'm playing my C harmonica in third position in D minor. And if we look at the melody, we already noticed that the first phrase is just made up of the D minor arpeggio. So that's pretty easy. So what's most important for all that classical stuff is probably the phrasing and the articulation. So this is very defined. I'm actually articulating each single note here, just saying da through the harmonica. And sometimes if you practice this, you can really exaggerate. And really get very extreme with the accents here. So this one is very smooth, so that's a great contrast already. And this little phrase starts on 3-hole whole tone bend. This again is just a D minor arpeggio. And it goes to 4-hole half-tone bend, played over the dominant chord, the A7 chord, so we are playing the third there. And arpeggio again, so we're playing E and G, so that's a 5-hole blow and 6-hole blow. And then we're back. So this is pretty much the first quarter of the whole thing I'm gonna teach you. And I just tried to make it a little more fun to practice. So this is the chord progression for the first 4 bars here. It's a D minor chord going to F major 7. Then we have an A7 dominant with a flat 13. Back to D minor 9. Again D minor. Then we're going to the subdominant chord, which is G minor. Dominant chord again. And back. So these are the chords for the first 4 bars here. So we have 2 phrases already. And for the second one, I actually don't articulate the notes at all. All of them are separated by the harmonica itself, because we are changing breathing directions or we are jumping from one hole to another. So in bar 5, we are playing the D minor arpeggio again. Same chords. So in bars 7 and 8, we are playing a new phrase. So this is our third phrase here. So it sounds like this. And that's funny, we are actually ending bar 8 in C for a moment, at least. So the first chord, that's bar 7, that's a D minor again, and then it's kind of a 2-5-1. We're going to G and then to C. So it's 2-5-1. So these are the first 8 bars. And as you may notice, the last phrase is very articulate again. And also the 8-hole draw, the D, is very, very short, and you can slide up to it. Also the F right after that is articulated and played staccato. So this already feels like a new section. It's a little weird. It already feels like a B section, but we're still in bars 7 and 8. Because the next phrase really belongs to the one we were talking about. So this little phrase leads us to another key, A minor. So we are in 4th position now. But still, the phrase is very related to the one we played before. It's the same rhythmic idea, and it's pretty much the same melodic idea too, just sequenced a third above. Kind of the response to the question before, right? So the phrasing is the same as before, but we have a 2-5-1 going to A minor. It's a minor 2-5-1. So that's a B minor 7 flat 5 chord going to an E7 chord, ending in A minor. 2-5-1. Now we really are in the key of A minor, and we have another 2-5-1 in the key of A minor. So this is A minor, B minor 7 flat 5, E7 to A minor, and we are playing. That's just a regular A minor arpeggio. And that's also just a part of the E7 arpeggio, starting on the 3rd, which is G sharp, 6-hole half tone bend, going up to the 5th and the 7th, just as we did in the A section in D minor over the A7, playing. That's D minor. And now we're in A minor. So these are bars 11 and 12. Now we're moving to probably the hardest phrase in the whole tune. It's something that Jason Ritchie calls drone phrases in one of his instructional videos here on YouTube. And it sounds like this. So we have 2 parts, essentially. One part that always stays the same, one little motif. That's 6-hole draw to 6-hole half tone bend and back to 6-hole draw. Pretty much always playing that little resolution from E7 with a 3rd on top to A minor with the root note on top. And in between, we're always jumping up one note, just scalar, through the A minor scale. We're ending on 9-hole draw, which is an F. And this is a nice little exercise for pretty much any scale you want to practice, because you can hear every single note in relationship to the root note, which is basically the most important thing, and it's harmony after all. I could just do it with the C major scale as an easy example. So that's a great thing to do, and it's also very musical at the same time, working with different accents and stuff. So there are a lot of jumps involved, and you might want to think about how you gonna approach these jumps. So you could either just move your head or move the harmonica, maybe do both. Also experiment with your lower jaw, which is flexible, and you could get used to playing these jumps, maybe even only using your lower jaw. So we are playing the phrase over the following chords. So that's A minor, going to F major 7, E7, and D minor. That's our last phrase. Very diatonic and scalar, just playing a descending phrase through the A minor scale, the natural minor scale. And I just added an A7 chord for one beat in the end, just to move back to D minor. So the A7 chord here will lead back nicely to D minor as a dominant. So in the end, we have a 16-bar form in front of us, and I'll just put the lesson material in a Dropbox folder linked below in the description box. And yeah, for the first 8 bars, we are essentially in the key of D minor, so you want to know how to play in 3rd position, using either the pentatonic. You could also include some bluesy notes, playing the blues scale. Or you might even want to play the natural minor scale. And in the second half of the tune, we're essentially playing in A minor, so that's 4th position. And again, you can play the pentatonic, just the blues scale, or even the natural minor scale, which is pretty much just like playing in C major. So that's pretty easy. So I'll just go ahead and play my version of this tune now. I just put the chords into iReal Pro and set the style to R&B, because with that we are still pretty close to the classical version, at least phrasing-wise, and we got to be very precise. So I think this might be a fun way to just play a classical tune on the diatonic harmonica. And another thing, I want to start a Patreon page for these harmonica lessons. So you can just donate some money if you want more of these lessons. And there might be some special things I can offer, like live Q&As. Let me know if you're interested in that. I try to answer every question you have about music and the harmonica. And maybe you have some other ideas. So I will just set that up and also put the link in the description box below. Let me know what you think about that. And yeah, hope you have fun with this version of Badinerie. this little lesson? If so, let me know by giving the video a thumbs up. If you have any questions, go down to the comments below. I'll try to answer them. And if you want to get in touch for private harmonica lessons via Skype, you can just write me an email using the email address linked below in the description box. So I hope to see you soon, and have a great spring. Bye.